Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm very proud to announce this is my very first YouTube tutorial, and this is a cup we will be working on. I'm absolutely in love with it. I had to speed quite a bit up because the video was almost an hour, but let's get started. So this is the template we're going to use. I used a hog from Stainless Steel Depot, a 30 ounce, and then I got an adhesive sheet, tumbler tape, whatever you want to call it. You can get them off Amazon. There's small businesses on TikTok. And I bought the template from rosellscreations.com, and I cut my template. It is called a half-checkered, by the way, when you go on her site. And I cut the template a 9.85 wide and a 9 height. And then I did a 9.9 wide on my vinyl and a 9 height. I did make my vinyl a 0.5 wider just in case, because after you wrap that sticky sheet around, sometimes it can make it smaller on your cup. I will also have everything listed from all the small businesses I used, or in all of the dimensions that I cut everything. So you'll see here when I'm wrapping my sticky sheet around, I tape it once I get it lined up very well. That way I can just undo one side, cut a little bit off, and then take my hand, line it up, put it on, and then I'll rip the tape off. That way it will be super straight and all of my plaid lines match up. And now I will use my vinyl, which is from PDB Creative Studios, and I cut the exact same template on that vinyl. So I'll take that top piece and I drew a little pencil line where my seam was on my tumbler tape. That way it would be super straight. And I matched that there, which I didn't catch a little bit of the beginning of me lining it up and putting it on. But once I put that on, I go very slow and I don't peel all of the backing off of my vinyl, because then sometimes it gets stuck and it's just a pain in the ass. So here I am, I'll smooth it out, I'll get it all down where I want it, and then I'll wrap it. And it's still a little off, so don't be scared if your seam is a little off, because you can always hide that with striping tape, and that is what we will be doing later in the video. So here I just take my little Sharpie marker, and Sharpie works best on this kind of paper because other things just don't want to write on it. Anyways, I like to label my sticky sheet where my pattern's going to go, because I'll lose my mind if I put something in the wrong spot and then have to start over. And the glitter is also from PDB Creative Studios. It is called Night King for the blue, and then Cutie Pie for the pink. And here I'm just putting on a second coat of glitter just to really make the tumbler pop. So once my glitter dries, I go in with a binding potion, a sealer, and I use separate brushes for each color to really get those colors sealed in good so they don't go onto the vinyl. And I normally let that dry overnight, sometimes 2 days, just because when I put my epoxy on, I don't want it to get milky looking or cloudy looking. Now that I have it all sealed, I like to go in, because that whole top part is just nothing but vinyl. I'll go in here and tape it before I epoxy it, and I do the bottom first, just in case a little bit of glitter transfers on. That top part will be pretty clean from having any glitter on it. And I use a fast set epoxy for the first 3 coats. I'll do 2 coats before I do my striping. Well, I actually do 4 coats. And then my final coat, I'll lay down a regular artisan. That way you have that really nice shine. And now we're going to do our striping. So I'll lay a brown matte stripe from Tech Wrap, and I cut this at a 0.15, and then I'll lay a pink stripe over it that's matte as well, and I cut that at 0.1. And then I'm going to lay these brown stripes for the actual plaid part, and I cut them at a 0.1 as well. I think it just vibes with the cup really good. And now I lay another coat of epoxy to cover up that striping really well. And I actually do my big final coat of epoxy, your artisan, and that will sit overnight. And then I go in, and so I'm going to rhinestone the decal on this. So I cut a saying, which is focus on the good, and I will put the dimensions in the bottom of the link. But I get that on there, and I sand it before I even put it on. That way that your adhesive has a really good grip to the rhinestone. The rhinestones are also from PDB, and they are called Pink Sunrise, and they're SS16. They're absolutely gorgeous. I thought they went so well with the cutie pie pink color on this, and it was just an overall beautiful vibe. And I use liquid fusion to apply my rhinestones, and then once you get them on there on your vinyl decal, you want to let it sit, and then you do never epoxy over it because it will take the shine out. I also use my rainbow tool from PDB. If you don't get the common denominator, most of my supplies come from PDB. And if you guys have made it this far through the video, that means we're almost to the end, and I appreciate you so much for watching it. Right now, I'm releasing 1 to 2 tutorials a month, so I hope you guys subscribe. I hope y'all watch my channel. And here she is in all of her beauty. I absolutely love the way she turned out. I love plaids, and I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening.